ignition. Liftoff.
It is Wednesday night. You know what that means. It's time for the BTV Degen special. $3 to get involved over at Penn National. Every week you hear Brian Howard here. You hear Leo from Degens United. Sometimes you'll see Blackjack, Bree, Bush Racing, all sorts of different people helping you out. But we've been consistent with these Wednesday night streams. Brian, Leo, how you boys doing? B-Ho, let's start with you. How's your Wednesday going?
It's going good, man. James Graham held on that last race at Keeneland for me. I needed it. I need it.
There we go. And Leo, I don't think we've talked since you went to Keeneland a few weeks back. You got the belt. You're the champ, my man. How are things going with you?
Everything just feels so much better with this thing. When you sleep with it, I mean, you wake up, it's the first thing that you see. It's just so pretty. I can't wait till Blackjack comes on, you know?
The bling was out because there were many championship belts around last week. It was WrestleMania week, so I'm sure Leo was having a good time strutting his stuff there with that big title belt. And
oh yeah,
we have 11 races on the card tonight, I believe, at Penn National. So keep in mind when you're building your stable dual lineups on a night like tonight, not necessarily you don't even really have to go one per race. You can skip a race or two if you don't like, or maybe you can focus in on and double up. I'm generally on the strategy of trying to get one per race on most of my lineups, unless I feel like they're just maybe like an Arabian race or something where I'll kind of double up elsewhere. But for me, strategy-wise, I usually try to stack them one through. We're going to go through and set you up with a lot of the races for tonight at Penn National. But I want to get a couple comments from you first, B-Ho, because right now, I don't think I was even ready for how much Stable Duel is doing at Keeneland and all the different contests and all the different partnerships and all the qualifying contests, the Friday feeders. Like, this is just unbelievable.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, obviously Keeneland is one of our main attractions. So we're doing everything we can while it's in season and the meet's running. We've got some X Games professional snowboarders out there right now. Jack Matrani, Scotty Lago, and Kevin Pierce, 3 guys. They're awesome. Got to meet Justify and Pharaoh this morning. And it's funny because, you know, those guys have never been around a horse ever. And they were just like, those things are massive. And I'm like, we try to tell you, man. We try to tell you. So yeah, with the feeders and everything going on, I mean, this week I feel like every single game we play at Keeneland, you have an opportunity to get into Saturday's game, so you need to play.
Yeah, and with a lot of you that are playing Penn National, I'm sure you like to play the races all over, so give a look to the contest schedule for this week, and if you're someone who likes to play Keeneland, wow, I mean, there are like 3 or 4 different options every day, from if you're someone who plays like on a $5 or $10 budget all the way up to $100,000, $500,000 even sometimes with some of the bigger contests. So tonight, we've just got a very affordable one for everyone. It's only $3 to get involved in the Degen special. 0 excuses for you to not get involved tonight. It's only going to cost you $3. Let's go through the card. We'll go race by race. We'll give a couple thoughts on each one, some of the horses that we may be using throughout the card, and we'll start in race number 1. So how are you going to try to kick things off tonight? We'll start with you, Leo. In the opening race tonight, the horse that would be the most expensive if you wanted to spend up would be to the outside, Sacred Show Girl, who was 2-1 on the morning line. How do you approach this opener, Leo?
So the opener, I think that we talk about this pretty much every week that we've done this, is that first race, you kind of got to be careful, kind of got to beware. And that's sort of what I'm doing here. It's only a 6-horse race. I'm going pretty cheap on it. I'm going to take the cheapest horse on the board, Tis Promising RFV. It's number 2 in value rank, 4th in speed. All I really wanted to do is crack the top 4, get me some points. I'm perfectly content with it. There's some expensive horses. The top 3 horses with Sacred Showgirl, Data Doll, and Diamond Moon out there. But again, first race at Penn National, you want to avoid spending a bunch of cash. So that's why I'm going cheap early and hoping for the best here.
And B-Ho, we know that as a Stable Duel employee, you can't play the games anymore because you would be stealing money from us all the time because you're so damn good at it. But
yeah,
I know you like to put a few bucks in on the wickets. And so if you're playing some sort of an early pick 4, or maybe you're playing horses to win throughout the night at Penn, who did you look at in this opener?
Yeah, I'm pretty chalky here, man. I like the 6, Sacred Showgirl. I think this one's dropping down in class. The speed's there. It's going to jump out to the front and I think run these claimers off their feet early. Typically, I'm with Leo. The first race is kind of, there's 4 or 5 horses that can win the race, but I think this week, we've got one that we can single and really anchor your stable around if you're playing.
Sacred Showgirl to the outside for Beho. Yeah, I would probably spend up a little bit more than normal in this particular race. There were 3 horses I had pegged out at depending on which range you want to spend. The 2 to the outside, Sacred Showgirl and Data Doll, if you feel like you can spend up a little bit. And if you can't, this horse does not like to win. In fact, she hates to win. But she likes to pick up pieces, and that's Straw Hat, the number 3. And so for a horse who, in this format for Stable Duel, will remember, it's not like a pick 4 or pick 5 where you have to win. You just need to keep picking up points every race. And you need to find races where, hey, you know what? I'm okay with the horse who might finish 3rd or 4th. Won't cost me a whole lot. That could be Straw Hat here to open things up off that 6-1 morning line. Would only cost you $5,000, which that's basically what we're aiming for, right, Brian? Like $5,000 a race is our goal with the 10,000 with the 10 races to fill and a $50,000 salary cap. So that's kind of in your head what you're doing, like. Yeah,
and I actually like that. I like that play too because if you look at the form there's not a race you can see where it wouldn't have got you positive points for Stable Duel. So that's the name of the game, points.
Yep, and you're not having to spend anything more than what your average would be. So that could be a nice way to start in race number 1 with Straw Hat. Also, an old pizza place here in Southern California, Straw Hat Pizza. I had some the other night, some garlic Parmesan twist, little cheese bread too. Don't mind if I do. Straw Hat. As we move along to race number 2 at Penny Nat. We got $10,000 claimers here going a mile and a 16th on the main track. Leo, who are you looking at to use in your lineup in leg 2?
So leg 2, again, we're going fairly cheap. You got a couple expensive horses, but I'm going to go with a $500 horse here. You're going to go with Fed Fever. Was able to finish top 2 in 2 of its last 5 races, 2nd in value rank, 4th in speed rank. Not overly confident in this one, but again, we're just kind of hoping to get a few points. We're hoping that this horse does not get blown out because if it doesn't get blown out, still got a ton of big-time horses later on in the card. Generally, I like having the big horses for later. Just kind of, if you're in it through like 5 races, you're feeling good after. You're like, oh, baby. And now I got the big boys coming up, and you start feeling really good. And again, not a huge field, 7 horses here, just kind of hoping to get 4th and get a few points on the board. If that happens, I'll feel pretty solid.
That's how you took the belt the other week, right?
Yeah.
That's right, man.
Came from the back. Yeah, I like it.
Essential quality.
Let everybody shoot themselves early on, and you just kind of float around, and then you take over late. So
right.
That's the approach for Leo here to the first couple races. Race number 2, we've got 10 claimers here. Beho towards the outside. Solar Warning is going to take a good amount of money. Blow the Whistle will probably also get a lot of support. Who are you looking at in this one?
As my man Too Short says, blow the whistle. No, I actually like the rail here.
Me too.
Patty's boy dropping down in class, 3rd off the layoff. The speed numbers fit here. I don't know how this horse is 6-1 on the morning line. I don't expect it to go off 6-1,
which is great for Stable Duel, right?
Like exactly. That's what you're looking for.
If you get this horse and he goes off at 7-2 or 3-1, that's perfect because we're paying for a 3-1 shot. We're paying for a 6-1 shot, but actually getting a 3-1 shot. Anytime you can find that out, it's value. It's good for you.
And I think you're right. I think Solar Warning is going to take a chunk of the money here. But after that, I wouldn't be shocked if that horse went off second choice.
Yeah, and what you mentioned, I love the 3rd off of the layoff for Patty's Boy. And what I like even more than that, prior to that, we're talking about a horse who's only raced like 4 times in a year or so. So I think really, you have 3rd off the bench. Prior to that, you had a couple months off. And then before that, you had like 8 months off. So I think this is a horse who, even more than a normal 3rd start of the form cycle, he will really benefit from these races now. And they're just sort of trying to figure out where he fits. He was in a little bit too tough his last few. You can make legitimate excuses for those races because you go, okay, the race in February of 2020, well, then he was sent to the bench till December. Comes back in December, then he goes to the bench again for a few months. He comes back in February, and he probably just hooks a little bit too tough. And I think the same could be said last time out. This is going to be a better spot for Patty's Boy, the number 1 in race number 2. 6-1 only cost you 5,000. So, you're doing well. As we move along to race number 3 at Penn National, we've got $4,000 claimers, non-winners of 2 on the year. Leo, you've been starting us off so far. Where are we going to head in race number 3?
So race number 3, I'm going to spend $5,000. I am going to go with Bettors here. 6-1 odds. I feel really good. Finished top 2 in its last 2 races. 5th in speed, 4th in value, 21 starts. It's finished top 3 so far in 10 of those, so about 45%. I feel pretty solid. Doesn't look like an overly strong field. Looks like a pretty solid play to get keep things rolling here.
Beho, where are you headed in the 3rd?
We're going to agree on this one. I'm with the rail again with Bettors. Again, the speed figures are fitting with this group. The only concern I've got, he is moving up a condition out of the, 1 other than to the 2 other than. So, I'm not in love with anything else in this field. I'm sure Tommy's Top Cat will get the money, but, for $5,000, I think the 1's your play here.
I like the 3, Success Hurricane, a bit. So if you look at him, he was only 5-2 last time out at this level in a similar spot. He hopped at the start. He moved in between horses. He was starting to travel well up to 5th, and then he got caught in between. He kind of got in some trouble, and he backed up. Horses that are at this kind of a low level, if they get into trouble, they don't really usually have the opportunity to re-rally. But that's like what we see with really good stakes horses, where they can kind of stop and then come on again. Generally, you get stopped and you back up. I mean, if you just put a line right through that last race and you played him off of the March race, he'd be a major contender in here. I think he's going to get bet down a little off that 8-1 morning line. It only cost us $3,000 in our stable dual lineup too. I think Success Hurricane, if he's 4-1, I'm going to make a win wager on him also in this spot in race number 3.
And I can see that. One thing that does stick out, another horse that I do kind of like and I'll probably play as well, is the 7 Still Chief. Again, same thing, speed figures. This horse knows how to win. I mean, he's been in the winner's circle 14 times.
Yep.
So, I love horses that know how to win, even if they're 4,000 claimers, whatever. If they know how to win, they know how to win. And on your Success Hurricane, 2 back, Still Chief just did beat that horse.
Yep.
So that's why I gave a slight nod to him. But, horse racing's horse racing. Maybe the 7 gets a bad trip, 3 gets a clean trip, and the role's reversed. So,
and if you can spend up a little bit, I had Still Chief as my 2nd in here. What's nice about him is if you just look at like his last 2 races, completely different running styles, which I love. You got a horse who's really versatile. He showed speed last time out, 2 starts back. He came from like 8 lengths out of it, was only beaten a length. So you got a horse who can adapt to multiple scenarios.
Yeah, hard knocking claimers that win from, front or the back. It doesn't matter. I love those kind of horses. They're just gritty and love to win and hit the board. And that's one I think if you spend up on the 7, you're not going to be hurt at all.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to get into the 4th race in just a minute right now. But Leo, I want to ask you a question. So what's happening right now over at BTV? Where are we getting it's basketball? Now college is done, so we got a lot of NBA. We still get a lot of soccer
going on, man.
Yeah,
Nope, my bad. We got soccer, we got basketball, we got baseball, we got hockey, we got literally everything your heart desires. And by the way, we got a bunch of tennis that you boys have been absolutely crushing. Just a little FYI here.
You're good at tennis, and you're good
this man knows his tennis.
Premier League, right? Those are 2 of your favorites?
Yep, I am a soccer guy. I am a big I actually hit a plus 900 today that I completely forgot to put in the video. I was absolutely devastated. I had Jude Bellingham to score in the game. He scores the first goal of the game, and I totally forgot to put it in the video, and I didn't realize it until afterward. And I was just like, oh, no. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, it's been a real good one.
You did tweet it out, though, man. You did tweet it out.
I did. I still feel dirty.
When Leo's talking about the videos, he's talking about the website over at Better. Give us the website, betterthan.vegas.
Betterthan.vegas, yes.
And you will get videos from all sorts of handicappers, all different sports, different plays, whatever their wagers are for the day, why they have them. Sometimes it's prop stuff. Sometimes I'll pop in with a stable duel lineup, for the day and give you a look at what the contest is and how much it costs. So it is a really fun site. It is great if you are someone who's into gambling, if you're into fantasy sports, if you're just a sports fan at all, you get a lot of great information there. Because one thing I've learned, the people that are are usually the sharpest are the ones that are wagering their money, right? The ones who know players are missing, somebody's going to be out, there's something going on. If you're putting your few dollars down, you usually know what's going on.
We have a little bit of something for everybody too. We got some favorites. We have some guys that love taking the underdogs. I'm a guy that loves taking the underdog money lines. We got a lot of guys that like the parlays, a lot of guys that like props. Whatever your betting style is, we have something for you. Go to betterthan.vegas. You can get anything your heart desires, pretty much any sport. I mean, we got some guys that are taking rugby right now. There's Japanese football going on, apparently. So, I mean, literally anything your heart desires, come to betterthan.vegas, and we probably have something for you.
Great stuff there us over at Stable Duel. We love checking out everyone over at betterthan.vegas. They help us out with our sports wagering, and we'll do our best as posting some horse racing videos over there too, and post some attention for Stable Duel for some of these big money contests as we continue on Wednesday night. Let's move to race number 4. Let's start over with you this time, Beho. Where do you want to head in the 4th?
Okay, again, I'm looking for value all card. I'm trying not to bet the chalk because chalk at Penn National I like to throw out. I think the 2 horse here and the 5 horse are both going to take a lot of money, but I'm going with the 1 horse here. It didn't get bet great last time out, and it went off 14-1, so that scares me a little bit. But he didn't run terrible. He's getting a little bit of weight relief in this compared to the 2 who's gaining weight for this race. So, just little things like that. I'm trying to get some sort of edge here at Penn. And so that's what I went with.
We're together on the 1, More Thunder. I think he's gone. He's stretching out from 6 furlong races to a mile. And I look up and down this field. I don't know who's going to go with him early on. And it's going to be, yeah.
So I don't think anybody's got speed with him.
As long as the mile and the distance isn't something that's too much for him, I think this is a good run for your money horse because you're going to break well from the inside. It's not like a sprint where the rail should concern you a little bit. Should be able to get out there very easily and control. And, you look a couple starts back, this is the type of horse when he gets the lead like that, he crushed Shower the People a few starts back when he got the lead. And if he gets that kind of a trip again, he could be very, very tough. Leo, where are we going in the 4th?
So in the 4th, I'm actually going with Owen here. Owen is 5,000. You get him at 6-1. I vividly remember us talking about him in another race.
You love this horse. You've picked this horse before.
I know, man. I like this horse. He paid me off last time. He made me feel pretty good, man. He got 4th. He got me some positive points. He was only $500 last time. I feel pretty good about it, man. 45 starts. He's placed in 17 of them. He's not all that expensive. It's a relatively bad field. I was looking at More Thunder, but yeah, this is one of those where I just kind of feel like, again, just get me to 3rd. Just get me some type of points here. I'd be perfectly content taking an average horse at an average price and hoping for the best here.
So let me ask you this, because there's not that big of a difference on Stable Duel between 5-1 morning line and 6-1. Do you think you're getting that much more value on the 6 here than you would the 1?
No, but I also, the way that I had the lineup set up, I needed to cut down $1,000.
And that's great.
That makes sense. That's perfect.
It does. Because sometimes that's really what it comes down to is that, you know what, if I had an extra 1,000, but I couldn't spend the extra 1,000 there. And that's what's great about when we do these streams like this and like when I do my videos, it's just transparency, right? Like it's, hey, you know what, if you can do that on your lineup, yeah, maybe get the 1 in there. But myself, I like this other horse a little later on, so I couldn't afford to do so. Appreciate you being straightforward with us, Leo. That's what we're all about. We just got to be honest with each other.
If I end up betting this, if I had to put my money to where my mouth was and it wasn't Stable Duel, I'm going with the 1. But because of Stable Duel, we're rolling with the 6 and hoping that my buddy comes through for me.
That happens.
And that's the thing people need to understand, too, is playing Stable Duel and gambling are 2 completely different. It's apples and oranges. Because what I would play on Stable Duel when I was able to play, I'm not necessarily betting those horses. I may be betting other horses. So it's a totally different angle and different strategy. And so it's nice to hear things like that, Leo.
Yeah, it's like a contest versus, playing a pick 4, pick 5, right? Like you're playing a ticket sometimes and your approach in that ticket is different than your approach would be in a contest. And I think anytime we can tell people like what our approach was, it's going to help them out a little bit as we try to help them out in race number 5 at Penn National here. I'll start this one out, and I actually went with the 6, all tacked up here. I think He's drawn well to the outside. Looks like Leo is in agreement with me. I think the race in the slop last time out really wasn't even that bad and still finished fourth, but you can probably toss that race and go back to races like 2 and 3 starts back when this horse was running really, really competitive. And if you're just playing off speed figures and stuff, all tacked up really stacks well. I like his draw. I like the fact that he's got a little tactical speed, but he can pass horses. So, Leo, you're on the 6-2?
Absolutely, baby. I'm rolling with Gino, going with the 6. Feel good, feel strong. All tacked up. 3rd in speed, 2nd in value. He's lacking a little bit in his past results. He hasn't finished in the top 3 in his last 3 races, but I still feel pretty good about it. Again, relatively weak field. No reason not to believe in this horse.
Biho, where are you in the 5th?
I got bad news for you, fellas.
Uh-oh, we're all together?
Because I'm going to scoop the cash. I'm going to break out of the gate. I'm the only horse that wants the lead in this race, and you're all going to give it to me, and I'm going to play catch me if you can and roll in the stretch.
Look at Biho getting confident there with scoop the cash.
Biho's had a couple Stellas, if you guys couldn't tell.
Yeah, he's had a few of them.
That Stella.
Yeah.
Let's get it done.
Gino, what are you drinking?
Yeah, where's Gino's drink?
I just got a Gatorade tonight. Just got a Gatorade right now.
What kind of Gatorade? Lemon lime?
Lemon lime, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
This is made by Gatorade. Highly recommend.
There you go.
This is the watermelon flavor. Do not like any other flavor of Propel. Watermelon flavor, guaranteed to tickle the twine, my friend.
There we go. As we are about halfway home now, heading through the Penn National card for Wednesday night. We're getting you all set up for that stable duel $3 contest. Yeah, it's only $3 to get in. The BTV Degen special tonight. You've got a little over 30 minutes with that 5 minutes or so, window. It's about 30 right now. So finish that handicapping up. As we move along, we're going to take you right up and get you set up all into the opening race at Penn and on through the start of the card. Let's get to race number 6. We'll start with you, Biho, in the 6th. We've got a first level allowance race, 6 furlongs on the turf course here. Mama Tiger has been very consistent. She looks like the one to beat. Are you going to try to beat her?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was actually chuckling. I just now saw the name of the 2 horse, Cute Face, Chubby Waist.
That is a great name.
A little bit. I typically don't even look at the names of horses when I start handicapping. I saw that, I was like, oh, you know what? I really kind of like that. Props to them.
You relate to it?
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm actually going to lean here on the coupled entry. With the 1 horse, you're getting a horse that's coming off a bit of a layoff, but it's 2 for 2 lifetime. Trainer's 29% coming off of a layoff like this. So, and again, if this horse runs to his form and comes back healthy, because I'm assuming there was something wrong to be off that long.
Yeah.
If he comes back in form at all, I think he romps here. The only other horse that I think could beat him is his stablemate. So I could see a scenario where these 2 horses are just up front and they stay 1-2 the whole time and run 1-2.
And they're both in. Neither of them scratched. So
I've not seen any scratch on that. Yeah. I'll double check now.
I'm checking right now. They're still in.
Oh, yeah, they're still in. Because that was my concern earlier, is one of these horses would scratch. But if they're both in, I think this is where you got to spend the money and take the points.
I'm a big fan of the entry in Stable Duel. It really makes a lot of sense. I mean, honestly, just think of it. You're getting 2 for your 1, and you're in a situation where if one horse runs poorly and the other one does, you don't get a negative. It doesn't impact you negatively any way, shape, or form. You just get the better finish for either of those 2 horses. And so if you're in a race that you don't love, if you're in a race that you're teetering on a couple different, I would always lean to the entry. I would always lean that way, and those are 2 of the, I think, like the very simple rules that I kind of like will make for myself when I'm putting my Stable Duel lineups together. I try to maximize my points by giving me a chance to win as many races as possible and try to look for horses that are going to get bet down off their morning lines because, like you said, it's kind of the opposite of what we want to do in gambling, Yeah. We're like, this horse was 5-1. Now they're 5-2. No thanks. But you're looking for those horses in Stable Duel. And just like Brian was saying, the entries, anytime you can give yourself an opportunity where you feel like you've got a good floor to at least get a few points there, you're in really great shape. Leo, where are you headed in the 6th?
This one, I agree. You got to spend some money. But, guys, Mama Tiger here. Hand down, man down, no questions asked. Number 2 in value, number 1 in speed. This horse has finished at least top 3 in every single one of their races. I love it. I think that this horse is going to run away with it. I think this is the horse that's going to win by open lengths tonight. I'm more than happy to pay the $9,000 for it. No questions asked. This is my favorite horse on the card.
Side bet.
Leo hoping that spending up, thinking that it will be a benefit because you'll get a little bonus points if Mama Tiger is able to win very easily tonight and by a big margin. So Mama Tiger in the 6th for Leo as we move along. That's probably the race that I stay out of.
Really?
I'm finishing the race right now to put it together, but I just based on the lineup, based on my lineup structure
gotcha.
and how much I would have to be able to spend left to spend in this race, I'm probably better off spending other way because I think I would agree with the both of you. I would want to spend on one of those two, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford to do that with what I have left in my lineup. So I would look towards Seeking the Dream or Mama Tiger there. As we move along to race number 7, this race kicks off the late pick 5. If you are a pick 5 player, 11 races on the card tonight, mile and 70 yards on the main track. Beho, where are you headed in race number 7?
Oh, here we go with the chalk again. I love the 2-horse ATM. Awesome. The ATM line's the last place you want to be at the racetrack, but and this horse runs second a lot. Like I get it. It doesn't like to win a lot, but let's be honest, none of these horses do. What is this? We got any kind of conditions? Nope. So
yeah, just an allowance. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this horse sits the trip here, just off the pace, and has no excuses. He may not be the best. He may come up short, but I like him.
Hey, you know what? Even if it does come up a little short and it does finish second, still going to be solid points in stable duel. I completely agree with you, Biho. I think that this is without a doubt the horse to go with here. Again, another one where I'm going to spend the money. This is why you go cheap early, so you can get the big horses late. This is another big horse. I don't think there's any chance of this horse finish worse than second. So I absolutely love it here.
I will go with the 3 Eagles Cry, who at 4-1 would cost you $7,000 to use in your stable duel lineup. What I like about Eagles Cry is he's coming out of open races. He had actually been running very well for a while, kind of knocking on the door. Then he put it all together last time out, and the race that he won has already come back live as the runner-up, Ribbons and Medals, has come back to win out of there. Eagles Cry is pretty versatile. Won't see him on the lead, but I think you can place him anywhere from second or third to the back of the pack. So Eagles Cry, who likes to run probably from off the pace a little bit more. And I think with ATM Awesome, I think with Lord Jacques from the inside, I think with My Devil's Child, they will probably be a little bit more forwardly placed. That has Eagle Cry sitting maybe second or third in here on the stretch out. So I got the 3 Eagles Cry at 4-1.
Let me ask you this. So I actually really like that horse and almost took it as my pick earlier today because the light bulb angle. Yep. I'm sure, it's one of those things, I'm not a big fan. I would have never bet this horse last time out coming for a maiden.
But now you would,
win.
After the win, right?
But now, it learned how to win. Sometimes horses like this wake up and it'll come back and roll 2 or 3 in a row off.
Exactly.
So it wouldn't shock me at all if that horse won.
Just to figure it out, right? Oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to just run in a pack with everyone. I'm supposed to get there first, and then they go, oh, okay. They start to realize as
I get more mints.
yeah, exactly. As we move to race number 8, we've got 5,000 claimers, non-winners of 2 lifetime races. Mile and a 16th, the distance in here. Leo, where are you starting in the 8th?
8th, I am going to start off. I'm going to go with Godaway here. Not a huge fan of this horse, but it's had some halfway decent results. 17 starts, managed to place at least 7 times. 3rd in speed. I love taking the speed. Yes, it's medium risk. I probably should have skipped out on this race because, again, I don't see a ton of value here. Kind of looks like a bunch of decent horses all clumped up together. But I'm rolling with Godaway here and hoping for the best.
Beho, where are you headed in the 8th?
I think by decent horses, you mean horrible horses because I skipped this race. This race is terrible. I don't know if any of them want to win. So in races like that, I just stay away from 'em. I won't play this myself tonight. I will tell you, the one Kinzia Stone has cost me the last 3 times it's run. I've bet on it every single time, and it's come up short. So it's not getting my money today. None of them are. I'm skipping.
Yeah, I think this would be a total take a swing race. And I mean, I'd even look at a horse like the 5 Cowtown Tappet, who just didn't fire last time out on an off racetrack, but they're just trying to figure out where he fits. He actually got a little bit of action, and they come right back again with him. He's shown a little bit of positional speed before, so I would throw him in. Like, I could never play a horse like Biff, win or lose, at this kind of a price in this race. So my major advice in this race is this would not be one that I'd want to spend up on because I can't trust those horses that I'd have to pay enough for in this race. This would either be a take a shot or a skip for me.
I just actually think I noticed something here. Didn't we have a horse named Shower the People running a few races ago?
We sure did.
So the 6 comes out of the race, and so does the 2 where Shower the People won. So I mean, maybe if you're gambling later in the day and Shower the People wins, maybe you play one of those 2 horses. But
you upgrade
the stable duel, it locks. So I'd skip it.
Yeah, but that's a good point for when we're watching and we're at home playing. If you see that, you want to upgrade them and use them in some way in your exotics.
Yep.
As we move along to race number 9, 3 races left on the Penn National card. You've got about 25 minutes to get your stable duel contest and your lineups in. So get the stable duel, download the app. Only $3 to get in the Wednesday night BTV Degen special. B-Ho's pulling it up right there on his phone. Won't take you long. Yeah, won't take you long at all to get involved with the Wednesday night stable duel contest. And what's cool is now, once you handicap 1 or 2 of these weeks, in a month you're going to start recognizing these horses because they're, you're like, oh, I remember this one from a few weeks ago, and then that horse, like Leo, I bet, like you found
that
a lot
happened
of
with me and Owen.
Yeah.
Owen, I got fired up. I'm like, my buddy, I'm in. I can't wait for 2 red cents. The second that I see 2 red cents again, I'm in. I'm all in. That's
the name
my baby.
Owen, and the way that it's spelled in there, like Owen, reminds me of don't throw Mama from the train. You ever seen that movie with Danny DeVito, and she keeps his name?
Yes.
Owen. She keeps
probably a little bit before his time.
I was gonna say, yeah, good old Danny. So we move along to race number 9. We've got $8,000 claimers in here, time restricted claimers, mile on the main track. Where are you going to start in this 9th race, B-Ho?
Oh, let's see. I have the 5 horse, Metaphorical. It's coming from an open 6250. It's got the best speed figures. It keeps Whitney on board. I like that one a lot. I think if it runs the race it ran last time, I think it's enough to beat this field. So again, you're going to get a little bit of value at 4-1. The only other horse that I saw that I would even consider playing is the 2, but again, it's moving up from a 4,000, time restricted race. It just came off a claim. It's running for a 0% trainer is why I threw him out. It's like, I just can't play that.
No, you need a little bit more of a price. And, and that's the thing, like low percentage barns, low percentage riders, trainers and stuff, they're going to win, but you have to build the price into that you're willing to take, right? Like you want to bet them at 5-2 or so? No. But if you're talking about 10-1, yeah, sure. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Even 5 or 6-1, I'd probably
Absolutely.
take a little shot at him.
Yeah. Yeah. Leo, where we going in the 9th?
So the one horse I was looking at here in the 9th was the Great Caspi. I really like this horse. I think I've taken it both times in its last 2 races. It's actually won its last 2 races. It's done me well. Too expensive though. I didn't have a ton of cash left over. I only had about 10,000 left over, so I ended up skipping this race. But I'll likely be betting the Great Caspi. I really, really like this horse. Strong horse, started to get hot. I think it's going to win 3 in a row.
I mean, again, it's been in the winner's circle 13 times, man. It's a hard-knocking claimer that likes to win.
Yeah. And like you said, the barn hasn't won recently, but we're only talking about being in the barn's care for a couple of weeks. We're not necessarily talking about a new program or something like that. So if this horse is in good form, they should probably be able to just continue along with the good form. I thought the 4, LaGrosse Bill in this spot was a little bit interesting. Now, he's going to be stepping up. He's moving up from $4,000 time-restricted claimers up to this $8,000 level. But he's going for a barn who's really, really firing right now, and a barn who's really good first start off the claim. So you go for a hot barn that's good at moving horses up like that. I'm using the horse Ain't Misbehavin' as kind of a measuring stick, right? Ain't Misbehavin', who was the runner-up at this level last time out. Well, LaGrosse Bill wasn't that far behind Ain't Misbehavin' in a race that set up a little bit better for Ain't Misbehavin' there too. So, if you sort of like Ain't Misbehaving at a much shorter price, I think LaGrosse Bill proved that he's at least competitive with a horse like that at a much, much shorter price. So it only cost you $750 to use, not even $1,000 at 12-1 morning line.
That's a good spot. I don't hate that at all.
Very live jockey, 20% jock for a barn that's hitting at over 30%. So, just on connections alone, you're looking and going, oh, wow, this is a very big connections upgrade. So LaGrosse Bill is a horse who I will be including in race 9. And hey, if we get like anything over like 6-1 or so, I'll probably put a few bucks to win on LaGrosse Bill also.
You've talked me into that one.
Yeah.
Selden Vargas, the Saffy Joseph Irad of Penn National.
I love it, guys. I have officially gotten to the point where, I love Stable Duel. Stable Duel is a ton of fun. Highly recommend it. But I'm starting to graduate now from Stable Duel to actually betting on the horses.
Oh, right. So yeah.
I was talking to Beho, I think, what was it, Saturday or Sunday night? And I was sitting there and I'm like, yo, help me out. What's this mean? What are we doing? What is this? All right, I need this horse to win. I got a good story, though. I had one horse this weekend. I was feeling real good. I had it at 12-1. This horse comes out. It is literally ahead by 4 lengths. I'm sitting there and I'm like, that's it. This is the greatest night ever. The jockey got thrown off the freaking horse as it turns the corner.
It was a Gulfstream on Sunday.
Yeah.
He broke from the gate at 12-1. Went off at 7-1. And I actually got a phone call about it. I think I actually made a TikTok about it.
I had the horse.
Wow.
I had the horse.
Did you see it, Gino?
I didn't see that. No.
So the jockey, I can't remember who the jock was. Young guy, I don't recognize. He's not, he's a young guy coming up. And the horse was kind of acting like he wanted to blow the turn, and he kind of left-handed tapped him right at the head of the lane. And he kind of went out a little, and then he hit him hard left-handed again, and the horse just shot straight right and dumped him.
Jeez, I was so sad. I was literally sitting there, and I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome. I love horse racing. And the jockey fell off, and I almost called you, is this normal? Should I start getting used to this, or was this just a special occasion?
No.
It's not, but it happens.
Oh, gosh.
Theo, if you still have that video, could you send it to me, please? Because I have somebody that doesn't believe me that this actually happened to me.
Oh, my gosh. That's
gross. Have it.
That's gross way to lose.
What's funny, the same thing happened to me in New York, probably 3 or 4 months ago. Manny Franco was blown by everybody, and he hit his horse left-handed in the stretch, and it just bolted out on him, or bolted in, I can't remember. One of the two, but it went real hard, and, he got dumped. And it was just like, oh.
Beho, I want to ask you about the brewery in there it is, right? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. So there's a place local over in Lexington that I've been seeing Stable Duel's been promoting the partnership with. They've got this cool little setup outside. You can download the Stable Duel app right there using your phone. And tell us a little bit about the place and some of the contests that they have.
Yeah, so the name of the place is Mere Twin Brewing. It's directly across the street from our office. We're across the middle side road.
Oh, that's cool.
So, we go over there for lunch quite a bit, and we got to talking to them. It's like, hey, let's figure something out here. And so every Saturday during the Keeneland meet, and then I'm sure we'll do something later on as well, we're over there from the start. They open at 11. So we're over there at 11, and we're there through at least the Keeneland card. Sometimes we'll stick around for a few more of the Santa Anita cards, but, they've got all kinds of craft beer there. I think they got 16 to 20 beers on tap, so something for everybody. And then they're not just a brewery, because everybody just thinks, oh, it's craft beer. I don't like craft beer. Well, guess what? They have bottomless mimosas. They have any bourbon you could imagine.
Beautiful.
Leo was there. Leo saw the setup.
Highly recommended.
It's a great place, great outside atmosphere. We had a crowd around the TV hollering the horses in all day. It's a great time.
Fun. Yeah,
Also, a
fun.
pizza place next door that I highly recommend going to check out too. Absolutely delightful.
It's actually in the same place. Both those buildings are the same company, Leo.
Oh, great. Awesome.
So-
well, that works out even better, folks.
There you go.
and this Saturday, you're going to get Blackjack, the Stable Duel crew, and Danielle, a.k.a. Summer Rae,
Da, da,
all day.
da, and Fandango.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
Fandango.
I was like, I don't know if he'll be there, but maybe I'll dress up as Fandango.
You're gonna be there. You're gonna be in your ballroom dancing get up, and yeah, that is really, really cool. So I look forward to making my way out there because I'm jealous over here in SoCal. But I got one vaccine down, one more coming up in a few weeks, and then once I get that second one, I'm gonna feel a lot more comfortable, and I'm gonna have to come out and visit with you guys and make the trip next time you go to one of the tracks out there because it's been too long before we've caught up, Beho. As we got to catch up here because we only have about 15 minutes to post for the opening race tonight at Penn National. Let's get to the start of the late daily double in race number 10. Leo, who you going to in race 10?
Race 10, I am rolling with. What happened to the app? One moment, please hold.
No problem. Beho, you want to give us who you like in the 10th?
In the 10th, yes, I like. Well, come on. What do you
Our
mean?
buddy from Bush.
Dave Bush, baby.
Got to be unparalleled, right? Yeah.
I got to be honest. I'm a homer for Dave Bush. As soon as I saw, when I'm handicapping any Penn National card, the first thing I do is flip through and say, "Where's the Dave Bush horses?" And I got to the 10th race. I'm like, "Am I going to have a card without Dave Bush?" I'm starting to text him. I'm like, "What is going on here? Are you running out of horses?" And then I see there's one in the 10th. So you know what? I don't need to see anything else. That's enough for me. Him and Kreiser win at about a 99.7% rate. So I'm just going to roll with it, and I'll have my money on Dave, and hopefully he'll be in the winner's circle again.
Down. I love Dave Bush. I do not question Dave Bush. That's my dude. However, in this race, I am going somewhere else because, again, I had to go a little bit cheaper. I am going to double dip here. I'm going secret account and note to selfie. You can get them at 4-1. Again, you're going to get a chance to double dip here. Secret account did win their last race. Gives me a little bit of confidence. And then you have Note to Selfie, who has placed in 8 of their 21 starts, second in speed rank. Feel like there's a little bit of value there, so I definitely dabbled right there.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, unparalleled is going to be pretty tough in here. And I think she's going to go off favored. So I wouldn't be shocked. I actually think you may be getting a little value that she's only 5-2 on the morning line, I think she's going to get bet down off of that. So value, it means different things to different people, right? Sometimes 5-2 is value if you think a horse should be 6-5. So yeah.
On Dave Bush horses, you give me 4-5, it's value.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, just for instance, to go with what you're saying, the 7th race at Keeneland today had 3 horses in it after all the scratches from the turf. And the 8 horse went off even money as a main track only entrant. Another horse went off 4-5. To me, that's value. If I can double my money on a horse that specifically only showed up to run in terrible conditions, that's value. 2-1. When are you not taking 2-1 in real sports gambling, Leo?
Yeah.
I got 9-1 on Bellingham today, dude. So I don't know.
Well, you got 9-1 on it, but I mean, you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
You get 2-1, you're all over.
Yeah.
You're gonna get 2-1, and you get Dave Bush behind you. Hello.
Perfect. So we've got one more race to close out the card for Wednesday at Penn National. Remember, folks, you have probably like 12 minutes or so because sometimes the contest will lock a few minutes before that first race. So there's 16 minutes to post for the opener. You probably have a few less than that to get your stable dual contests in race number 11. How are you going to close this thing out, Leo?
So we are going to close this out. We're going to take a $3,000 horse. We're going to go Clear Prosperity here. 8th in speed rank, which is not I'm not a huge fan of that. Number 1 in value, though. Finished in the top 4 in their last 3 races, 2 of which finished 3rd. I feel pretty all right. Doesn't look like an overly strong field outside of Cutter Helm, but didn't have that much in there. I was looking at the one horse. The one horse, you got to pay the $8,000, but one of those horses was scratched. so not a whole lot of value there. I end up rolling with Clear Prosperity and $500 left for my lineup.
B-Ho, how are you going to close this Penn National Wednesday night out?
Well, I'll tell you in a second. I do have one question real quick. The RVF thing, is that a thing? What is that? That's the second horse today that's got RVF.
The RV. Is it a farm? Yeah, it's funny. It's almost like because like
I guess it's probably Riverview Farm. That's who bred it. I wonder if that's the breeding of that. I was just wondering, is there something that's been going on in thoroughbred racing, like harness racing? You'll have the N's and the Z's.
It happens
or whatever
in quarter horse racing all the time. And like Arabian racing, they do that a lot. Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that? Like, so I just wanted to make sure that after 40 years of doing this, like my entire life,
you don't see it in like you see it with the Arabians a lot.
Yeah.
And you see it with the quarter horses and even with the harness, but you generally don't see it in thoroughbred racing. And you know what? And it's a good thing to point out because that's just like one of those things where it's like anything that we can point out and talk about, there's so much language in racing, right? Like there's so many things in the past performances. Anytime we can help people to try to understand something a little bit better, I'm glad you pointed out. So
it's just so strange. So anyway, who I like in this field, again, I think I'm playing lone speed angle. I think this field is full of closers, and so I'm taking the 3-horse. It's going to have the lead. It's had the lead and faded a couple times. I think today's the day. Again, if you let a horse that wants the lead out there comfortable, it's tough to close. And I think he's going to get fractions. I mean, if you look at the fractions last time, think about this for a second. 5,000 beaten claimers going 22, 46, and 112. That's really fast for them.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to bet this horse tonight, and I'm hoping he gets after the lead, and the first number I see is 24 and change. And then I'm walking to the window. I'm going to cash a ticket. So that's where I'm headed. Leo,
where are you going to close things out tonight at Penn?
I just told you, man.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, because I'm on the same horse with you. The 8, Clear
Prosperity. Come on, Gino.
Yeah. And the thing about Clear Prosperity, which, at first glance you look and okay, the barn doesn't win a lot. But what I'd like to see is that this particular horse has actually showed some improvement for this barn. Even though they're not winning a lot of races, they've done a pretty darn good job with this particular horse. So just using him individually, I think they've done well with him. So I'm going to give them another shot right back with Clear Prosperity, and you get Chappie jumping aboard. So I think, anytime you get a very live rider jumping aboard for a small barn that doesn't win a lot, I think you have to take notice. So Leo and we're going to be yelling and screaming to try to get the 8 Clear Prosperity home in the 11th to close things out in our Wednesday night stable duel BTV Degen contest. We are set. Leo, I think you asked a second ago. You want as we get people ready for the opening race or two, just to remind everybody in the first couple races who we had. If you joined us again in the middle of the stream because you want to get those lineups in race number 1, I went to Data Doll or Straw Hat. I did have 3, 5, and 6 all kind of pegged. I know B-Ho was looking at Sacred Show Girl as one that was going to be really, really tough on the drop-in class. And Leo, you went to the 2, correct? Tis promising RVF?
Yes. And who was your actual pick to bet on, Gino?
I would bet the 5 Data Doll at around 5-2 or so. If you're playing any kind of like early exotics, those would be my 3, 5, 6 to use in the exotics. 3 would be a little bit more of an under, but a very good stable duel type horse is the 3 Straw Hat. And then in race number 2, I believe B-Ho and we were both together on the 1 Patty's Boy, right, B-Ho?
Yep.
And if I could get I would bet Patty's Boy to win if he was anything over like 7-2 or so. That feels fair to me. I wouldn't be shocked to see him get a little more money.
I feel like he's going to be 7-2, 9-2 range probably.
Yeah,
but I'd run to that.
We are just about 10 minutes out from the opener at Penn National, and how often does this happen that we get through the whole freaking card with still 10 minutes to post? Boom, 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 rattling through. But now we got some stable duel stuff. A couple other things I want to talk about with you, B-Ho. Sure.
Before you start, because I know where you're headed with that, and we're gonna talk about that for a while.
Okay.
So obviously the first race, the 2 horses, the other RVF horse we talked about. So we got bookend RVF horses, I guess.
Yep.
Same breeder, Riverview Farms. So
Gotta be the,
there you go. Also, Leo, be honest. We know why you picked that 2 horse. Who owns it? That looks awful Greek to me, buddy.
The owner, yeah.
Where?
Demetrius.
Demetrius Kompotiatis.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, don't play like you didn't know that. Come on, man.
That's it.
Come
All
on,
right.
man.
All right, I'm officially going to lock in my wager on this horse. Head down, man down. Greeks are number 1. This is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. All we do is freaking win. Y'all think I'm joking? I'm hopping on Naira right now. There's no questions asked. Where are you, baby?
That is great.
I've seen RVV. You're right. That is complete. Oh, look at that. Biho, try to pronounce that last name. Go ahead. Let's play a game. Try to pronounce that.
All right, hang on. Competiatis.
What's that?
Competiatis.
Oh my God, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Competiatis?
No, you're putting the emphasis on the wrong place. Sorry, Biho. Sorry.
Tell me what it is.
It's a hell of a swing, no?
Come on, give me a little something.
Oh man, his name is Dimitri Kopotiati.
Nice.
Oh, all right, look at that.
It sounds
You
great.
You gotta
get
break
Greek
it up.
lessons on the live stream too.
Yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody else want to learn? Cheers for my Propel, my watermelon flavored Propel, buddy.
There you go. Okay, Biho. So we got a new shirt alert at Stable Tool, and it's the T-shirt says the backside is the best side. Tell us a little bit about this T-shirt.
Come on, Gino. You know all about the shirt, man. It's literally taken from a quote from the first. What's up, Blackjack?
I couldn't let you talk about that shirt and have me not be here.
Okay. So the first time I was on your podcast, I told you everybody knows the backside's the best side. So it's kind of been floating around for a while, and we thought, hey, let's make a new shirt. People are going to like it. And, we were like, how can we give back to horse racing? So we're going to throw every shirt we sell of that. We're going to give $2 to a backside charity across America. So
how much you make up for that $2? What is this shirt? $59?
Settle down. I think it's $20.
Always affordable. That's what's great.
Yeah.
The Stable Tool shirts, all of them, and they're funny and they're creative, right? Like a cool T-shirt is one thing, but when I walk around with my size doesn't matter shirt on, like everybody like double takes at me for a second, like what's that? And then they kind of read through it. So yeah.
And to be fair, all credit to my wife, because I didn't even realize I said what I said, and she walked in after we were done and was like, "That quote should be a shirt."
That's great.
So here we are.
That's great. Oh, that is awesome. So Blackjack, how you doing over there, buddy? What are you up to today?
I'm doing fantastic, Gino, and I just want to compliment you for doing a spectacular job holding down the fort. Brian, you've been amazing as well. Leo, you stink. But
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh,
Here we go.
Hey, pal, let's see how it shakes out into the week.
I'm sorry. What? I stink. I do. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ooh, what are you sipping on? I know you're not sipping on water. Cheers, buddy.
No, I've got a Kona Island hard seltzer here. A little in fruit guava, tropical.
All right.
Excellent.
Oh man, you got to go with the soft seltzer, bro. You can't go hard seltzer.
You want to know what I'm drinking?
So many
know.
Say to you right now that I won't.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm a decent human being.
That's your claim to fame, dude.
You want to take a stab at what I'm drinking?
I'm gonna say it's the one and only Stella Artois. Which Stella, can we stop? Can we skip the foreplay already here?
Yeah, because you know what? If I don't hear something soon, I'm gonna get one of these awesome Keeneland beer sweaters that I've got that will literally cover up their entire logo and just show.
So they don't even.
And I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna shut you out, Stella.
Because you're at the point where now they've responded to you multiple
I know.
times, but then you start to make the push and they retreat.
Yeah, I don't know. They're scared.
I could see like a Stella Saturdays. That's got a great sound to it on Stable Tool, right?
Hold on, Gino. this is not necessarily a stable duel deal. Brian just wants free beer out of this.
Yeah, but
I don't even necessarily need. I mean, they've got a sweet mini fridge that would go perfect instead of the black one I've got with a big Stella sticker on it, I might add.
there you go.
You've seen it, Blackjack. You know where I'm at, the patio, the glorious patio. So, I got a Stella bottle opener over here on the wall. Like, I mean, come on.
The Howard family estate in Lexington is beautiful, spectacular. Well done.
So we are just about 4 minutes away from the opener at Penn. If you have not done so, make sure to get your wagers in, your stable duel lineups in before everything gets locked. Make sure you get nothing worse than getting shut out, because you know what happens when you get shut out. The horse that you were going to bet ends up winning. No doubt about it. I'm going to be heading out of here in about 5 or 10 minutes, but we have a couple other guests joining us. So I'm going to hand the baton off as far as some of the hosting duties are concerned to, I believe, Blackjack. Are you going to take the reins here?
Always ready.
Okay, beautiful. So good luck again, everyone, one more time. And Beho, I had to ask, because you're coming on to talk with me tomorrow, and that's what G said, right? We're going to promote weekend stable duel stuff. What's up with the minor league baseball? What's up with Lexington Legends? Give me a little info on that before I leave.
So, they've got a big, I don't even know what to call it, bar area, like where all the adults would go hang out to drink their adult beverages. It's kind of looks like a barn, and that's going to be the stable duel area. Like, we're sponsoring that area. We're going to have, people going to be able to go in there, see all of our stuff, scan our codes like normal. We're going to have races on, and we'll be there from time to time. So, I mean, we're really excited about partnering with them. We'll see what happens.
Awesome. XFL Jim, Blackjack, Beho, Leo, you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm out of here. I'm going to make sure all the lineups are good and get my last-minute wagers in. Good luck, guys.
I appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, so Gino, again, thanks for filling in, for taking a great job by him. Voice Leo, trash as all. XFL Jim, good to have you back, because finally, this you bring a certain to everything, which I appreciate. It's XFL Jim.
I do what I can.
I think your audio's real.
I don't know. I think it may be you, Blackjack.
I think it's you, Blackjack.
All right, I feel better. It's not me, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to text like something's not right. It's all Blackjack.
Yep. That's an unpleasantness.
But so anyway, Jim, what's up, baby?
What is up, Degens?
What's up, buddy?
Just got off work, immediately coming in, ready to gamble on some horses. I'm loving life.
That looks like a green screen garage. Where's the real garage?
The real garage is detached from the house, as they should be. But my studio,
Brian.
My studio is just not set up there.
Isn't that just like a barn for cars?
Well, it's not really for cars. It's where I sleep.
Oh, okay. Well, even better.
My setup is just in the house.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. So you guys get your bets in. We got about a minute to go before post time here. Fired up, ready to go. Horse, where are we at here? Where's my horse? All right. The numbers are going up here on the Greek guys. Horse, that is not ideal. XFL Jim, quick. Who you got in the first race?
Race 1. I got the 3. I got Straw Hat.
Straw Hat. Excellent. Gino liked that one too. Did you get your stable duel lineup in, dude?
I did. I did what I could. My phone fucking died on me. I was filling it out on Monday, and my phone literally just shit the bed. So I can't go back and see what I have, but I know I got something in.
Jeez, Louise.
I know.
Let me see if I can help you, Jim.
I hope it went through before my phone fucking shit on me. But either way, I'm betting on these horses.
That's right, baby. Where are you betting on these horses? Tell everybody.
Well, I'm betting on, you sent me the link, Naira Bets.
Smart move, man. Smart move.
Fuck yeah.
Well, guys, did you know that Keeneland Select is offering $10 cash back if you entered the code SD2021?
So let's go ahead. Let's break that down a little bit. Let's get into that real quick. Beho, Keeneland Select. Can you only bet on Keeneland there? Or
no,
bet on all of them?
No, you can bet on every track. Every track around the country. I'll give you a little screenshot of what it looks like.
I am writing that down on a sticky note.
So you know it's official.
I'm writing it on a sticky note so I don't fucking forget that.
Look at all these tracks. Look at all these tracks, Leo.
Beautiful.
I love it. And give
Look
them
at all these
that
opportunities
promo
to
code.
win money.
Give the people the promo code.
It's SD 2021, and it's only for stable duel players. They check in with us to make sure that you are a stable duel player before they give you that promo. And it's the only app I use, and that's before we partnered with them. It's great.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hey, look who's back.
Hey.
Just bet on Keeneland with the app. No, you can bet every track, hillbilly.
Who you calling a hillbilly?
You.
That's not nice.
If anything, I feel like I have the hillbilly beard.
No, that's classically beautiful.
That's classically beautiful.
It's
Look
gorgeous.
at this. This is
majestic.
fun. This is shaped.
Oh, I'm the definition of majestic. I knew that.
All right, guys. You guys ready to go? We're starting to load up here.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even bet this race. I backed out last minute. I can't. 3 to 5's no value.
And we're off.
Oh, you're way ahead of me. I'm on the patio. That's the one bad thing. I'm going to be behind. They're still loading here.
You got the delay when you're on the patio screen.
Yeah.
But look at that fucking weather.
Look. Where? In my place?
Where you're at? Is it nice there?
Actually, it's been raining all day. It's not raining now. It's kind of overcast, but I'm out in sweatpants and a sweatshirt. I feel comfortable. Leo's the 6-1 yet?
Not yet.
Try to tell you, homie.
Bet-wise, I ended up rolling with the 5 here. He's currently sitting in 3rd, hoping that he wakes up.
Who's riding that 5? Because he looks terrible. Vargas. He's a good rider, though.
There we go. The stream I was trying to do wasn't working. Now I got it on.
And we're down the stretch.
And
Where's
the 6 is rolling.
Where's my 3?
Where's the 2?
You got the 2 in Stable Duel, right,
Yep.
Leo?
Is
2's
that
making
him?
a run here on mine.
Look at him, baby! Spread those legs, baby! He stole it!
Shit.
He stole it!
No way he steals this. Yeah, he is. He's
Get
going
home,
to.
baby! Let's go! That's how you started off,
Dude.
Nice hit. You know what?
That's how you started off.
And let me tell you something. You don't even really know how good that is. That horse is on the wrong lead the whole way down the stretch. And I know this is
Blackjack. Where you at, pumpkin?
Hey, Leo, I'm trying to tell you how crazy that is. Not only did your horse just win, but it won on the wrong lead. Like, horses will lead with a certain leg, and then they switch to speed up. Like, if you're running with one leg, it wears down. So you start leading with the other leg, you'll pick up a little bit of speed. And that horse never switched leads to the correct lead the whole way down the stretch and still won. That's an incredible hit. I'm glad I didn't bet it. Good job, Leo. That
makes me respect that horse. That's a real football guy move by that horse.
Yeah, I mean, it's gritty. It's gritty. I mean, think fullback.
Yeah.
Smash and a tackle. I mean, that's what he just did.
He went off at 30-1 too. So I got
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yes,
did
he
you
did.
bet that horse?
I took him to show.
Oh, Leo, we got to talk, man.
I don't know, man. I'm new to this.
We don't bet the show around here, man.
Why not? I made some money.
Leo, you know what a $2 bet to win on that horse paid? Or will pay?
Yeah, $60.
Yeah.
$62.
62.
Oh, well, it pays 60. You get your.
All right.
Yeah.
So when they post these odds, that is based off a $2 wager.
Yeah. So the way it works is like that horse is 30-1. So you multiply it by 2, right? Because it's $2. So that's 60, and then you get your $2 bet back.
Yep.
So, quick question: are you done questioning my people? What did I tell you? The Greeks.
Oh, that was the Greeks and everything. Oh, y'all probably cheated. We
didn't cheat shit. That's what we do. We make
you were feeding them horse heroes and shit for the race.
That's right, man. You guys are sitting there. You guys are feeding your horses carrots, feeding them sugar cubes. We're sitting there, we're shaving the meat and saying, "Come here, baby. You want a little extra tzatziki today, buddy?"
Lord.
Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we start off a day, ladies and gentlemen. Feel good, feel strong. The champ is in the damn house. taking it down. Who else had number 2? Tell us what you guys got for the second race, because now we got to start mentally preparing for that. You guys want to recap what we're looking at here, and what do you guys have in the second race? B-Ho, XFL Jim, what do you guys got going on second race?
I got the 1. I just want to report that it is official. You made $6.80 on your $2 bet as opposed to $60. So, you keep betting to show like my son, who is 10 years or 11 years old, he doesn't even play show bets. He's like, I don't want to win $2. I want to win $30. He's over here playing exactas.
Let me tell you something.
Profit is profit, though.
First of all, your son is a damn stud. Second of all, dude, I just hit plus 340 odds. I'm perfectly content. I'm sitting here because, again, the struggle going from sports betting to horse racing is that there's so many horse races that you could possibly bet on. And, again, as a sports bettor, you try to figure out your unit size. And I'm still at that point where I'm trying to figure out what the hell my unit size is here. I don't know what the unit size is, so
probably pretty small.
I'm still going pretty okay, pretty decent size, to the point where I'm hitting plus 340, and I'm sitting there feeling pretty damn good. I feel like the king of the world.
I'm actually glad you brought that up, because a lot of horse gamblers have no idea what you talk about when you say unit size. So if you want to talk a little bit about that, maybe you can convert them over to that.
Yeah, so what a unit size is when it comes to sports gambling, one of the first things that you learn is it's all about bankroll management. It's all trying to figure out how much you should put on each wager, understanding that you're there trying to make a profit, and you're going to have good days, bad days, and making sure that you're set up for those bad days, because those bad days when you go 0 for 7 will come. It is inevitable.
It fucking sucks.
It is the worst feeling in the world. I just went, I think, 0 for 5 in soccer, and it is a miserable freaking feeling. But you need to be prepared for it. So what a unit size is, let's say you are starting off with $1,000. All right. A lot of people say your unit should be like 2%. I always say 5%, because I
always said around 5 as well.
5%, $50. If you got $1,000 set aside for this, 5% on each game, still $50. You still have a chance to make some significant money off $50. Whereas if it's just $20, I mean, yeah, you have a chance to make some money, but I mean, it's going to take a little while. It's more of a long-term thing. I'm a very impatient individual, so I always recommend around 5%. If you're down 20 units, you're probably going to get down 40 units real quick regardless, so don't worry about it. So what a unit size is you take $50, all right? Say $50 is your unit size, 5% of your bankroll. You're going to take 1 unit, aka $50, and you're going to put it on your game. So let's say you take a spread where the spread is typically minus 110. You put 1 unit on it, you put $50 on it. Excuse me. Say it covers. You make $45 back, okay? So you will make plus 0.9 of a unit.
Yep.
If you take something that's plus 200 or 2 to 1 to win and you hit it, you're plus 2 units there. So you're plus $100. So a unit is just, it completely varies on the person. I mean, I know a couple guys that have a unit size of $10. I know a couple of guys who have a unit size of $200.
Yep, same. It's all over the place.
It's just a standard way to measure how much you're going to put on each wager. It's a good way for us on BetterThan.Vegas to kind of help explain it to you guys and help understand what you should be doing. So again, about 5%, put a unit on each play, and you're good to go. So for horses, now it's trying to figure out what the unit size is, what my amount should be.
And that may be a little tough because, see, from where I come from, there's so many different bets. Like, you're not just betting to win. You're not just betting to place or betting to show. Like, there's so many different bets, exactas, trifectas, pick 3s, pick 4s, pick 5s. Like, there's no real way to say, oh, here's my unit size. This is what I'm going to play. Because, for instance, like, you know, for me, like, I'll play pretty conservative day and bet 10 to win and 10 to place on a horse, whatever, okay? So you would say my unit size is 10. But then I may get crazy and bet, you know, a pick 3, and it's going to cost me, or pick 4, and by the time we play it, it's $120. So, you know, and there's bets that range from like 50-cent pick 3s to 10-cent superfectas to – it's just such a completely different game, even though we're ultimately trying for the same thing. I don't know that horse players can track it like sports gamblers do in units. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's an extremely difficult thing to do, and something that the two of us were talking about the other night before my jockey fell off its horse was, is there an algorithm for sports bettors? Because, again, being a sports bettor, everything's kind of laid out for you where, you know, if you get a push on a parlay, you can do the math and be like, oh, this is what I'm going to get. So I'm sitting there and I'm asking you, is there a proper algorithm or a simple algorithm for like a place or a show?
Okay. So here's what I would tell you as you're coming into the game and XFL Gym. So let's just say you want to start off just minimal, whatever. Let's just say you want to bet $10 a race, okay? So whatever the card size is, each track, Leo, you know, like Keeneland run 8 races today, they run 9 tomorrow, they run 10 on Saturday, yada yada yada. So when I get out my cash to go to the track, I make sure, like, okay, so this is my normal bet. So say $5 to win, $5 to place. And then, so that's $10 a race. There's 10 races. I'm taking $100 out there with me, and I'm betting $10 every race. So as I hit, I may play into other things throughout the day, but I would just figure out what's a simple win place bet for me is the easiest thing to explain to you to get you into the game, because it's the easiest to understand, it's the easiest to put together, and it's a set amount. Like, you know, you want to bet 10 to win and 10 to place, that's $20 a race. Okay, there's 10 races, bring $200 out to the track, you know, and go from there.
And well, that kind of gives you like a baseline too to kind of walk in, and then you can start playing around with your money a little bit. Yeah. You get a little like exotic with it.
And dude, and as you all, I mean, when you all first started playing, you probably played, you know, spread lines only, and then you went to money lines, and then you went to props, and you know, so it's the same thing with horse racing. I think simple win and place bets are easy for everybody to understand. They're easy to keep track of, and then once you start getting comfortable with it, you can start playing exactas, trifectas, daily doubles, pick threes, pick fours, you know, and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, going to follow up on my original question here. Patty's Boy, currently listed at 5-1. If I bet this to win or place, what would I be looking at for a payout? Any simple answer.
$12.
What do you mean $12?
You just asked what it's going to pay to win. It's going to pay $12 to win.
Say I bet $10 on it. What am I getting back?
Okay, then you get 5 times 12. $60.
No. Wait a minute.
Is he 6-1? What are the odds? I'm looking.
You said he's 5-1, right?
5-1.
He's 5-1 to win, but I'm saying place.
Oh, place money, you can't figure that out.
So it's just willy-nilly.
No, it's not willy-nilly. It's pair mutual wagering. So there's a takeout from the track, and then everything's based upon the bets. So the place pool, this is where it gets tricky, and this is where big gamblers can make some money, because you can actually look at the pools and see how much money's in them and how much money's bet on each horse. So, for instance, right now I'm looking at the place pool, and the 7 horse has, and this may not be right up to date, but has $274 bet on it to place. So it's 39% of the pool is in with the 7. So I don't know what the odds, like, I don't have any odds. They don't show place odds. They don't show odds. But you can tell by the pool, like, see, this is what I'm looking at. And they're ranked from top to bottom.
You know, that's showing the Keeneland app, right?
Yeah, that's the Keeneland app. And any app will do this. So anyway, like the one horse that we like is third choice in the place pool. So that's pretty solid. So if he wins this race, we're going to get paid a little more than probably the rate. So you said 5-1. Typically 5-1, you just say pays $12 to win. So I would say being third, it may pay $12.60 to win, you know, and then it'll pay probably close to $5. It just depends, because somebody could come in and drop $2,000 to show on a horse and completely jack the pool up.
Yep. So I mean, that is the biggest thing for me when it comes to sports gambling, because like I said, you have a general algorithm as to, you know, you have an idea what you're getting into. Whereas if you're going to bet a place horse, you don't know what's coming, and it's kind of nerve-wracking because it's kind of the excitement of it. Like you said.
Yeah, I was going to say, I kind of love it. I love that feeling, man.
So for instance, let me give you a good story. Dubai World Cup ran a month ago, okay? So it's international. It's not the most played thing in the world because you got to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast to play it and yada, yada, yada. So I bet a horse that was 5-2 win odds, okay? And the horse ran, and I bet 10 to win and 10 to place on it. And it ran second. So I'm like, great, I'm going to lose some money. I'll get a little bit back, but, typically 5-2 pays you $7 to win. And typically win pays more than place. Well, somebody threw a ton of money into the place pool. And the 5-2 horse paid $17 to place. He wouldn't even have paid $17 to win. He would have paid $7 to win. So he'd have paid $7 to win and $17 to place because some crazy person threw a huge load of money into the place pool and that horse didn't hit the board. The money was there for us. So that's where pari-mutuel wagering gets interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting. And like we were talking about, when we started off the broadcast, we had the 2 horse in the last race. What was he, 10-1? I think it was 10-1 on the morning line. He closes at 30-1. I mean, just a massive payout. And it just happened in a matter of, 5 minutes before the race?
Yep.
So super interesting stuff. Next post time is going to be at 6:26. I'm pretty fired up for it. XFL Jim, have you given us a pick for the second race yet?
I haven't yet, but I'm going to give it to you right now.
Okay, good, because I'll be right back.
I'm going to go the second race. I'm taking the 2, the best candy. I gotta roll with it. I'm rolling with my name still. I love it. What's the name? What is this? Best Mom Jose Bobadilla. Like, I'm just loving the name of this horse, dude.
Best candy.
Best candy.
Bobadilla. You cannot possibly go wrong. Really like this. Just a reminder that Beho is all over Patty's Boy. I've actually placed an actual wager on Patty's Boy. Feel pretty good about it. When it comes to my horse, again, I really got to start doing this with the actual app loaded. I got Fed Fever here. I feel pretty all right with it. It's currently sitting at 9-1. It opened 15-1 on the morning line. It was a super good value pick at $500. I'm just hoping that this one's going to place, and if it places, we're looking pretty good. But again, if you're looking to wager, I'm all over Patty's Boy. Beho and Gino, we're all over it. But XFL Jim, now that it's me and you, dude, shameless plug time. That's what we like to do at BTV. And now that BTV's taking over Stable Duel, settle down over there, Beho. You can take a second. XFL Jim, plug your stuff. Tell everybody about the phenomenal guests that you had on Sunday. Go ahead,
dude.
Buddy.
Every Sunday, I host a podcast. It's called The Gymnasium. I talk about bullshit, gambling, degeneracy, XFL, everything. And this Sunday, I have my boy Leo on there. We discussed everything, degenerate, sports gambling. We talked Masters. We talked March Madness. We talked it all.
I'm so sorry. Your ratings will be so down from this Sunday.
What are you talking about, man? I was watching it during WrestleMania. We were breaking down WrestleMania. Did you watch
Were
WrestleMania?
you really? Are you
we were.
wrestling?
Oh,
Me?
Yeah.
We both are.
A little bit.
So, XFL Jim, do you know who's coming to Mirror Twin Brewing to hang out with the Stable Duel peeps and play Stable Duel this weekend?
I do not.
Summer Rae.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Danielle works with Blackjack. So, they're coming in town and going to be hanging out.
That's the sickest shit.
But Gino's really big into wrestling, too. Like, I mean, we could talk wrestling forever. I'm the one who popped off with the Royal Rumble Stable Duel contest that I expect you both to play next year.
Absolutely.
Where it was
Absolutely.
It was like a $10 entry. The top 30 each got an entrant into the Royal Rumble. So, and we gave away like a wrestling pack. Like, hey, here's the gift certificate to WrestlingTees.com or whatever. You get the shirt you won or whatever. You know, it was fun stuff.
Amazing.
It was kind of crazy when I pitched it to Stable Duel because, you know, of course, I'm the new guy at the time. and they don't know anything about wrestling. And I'm
Look
like,
at this wrestling dork.
I'm like, so I've got an idea. And, of course, it hit so well and did so well. They were like, this is the greatest thing ever. So I'm sure we'll do it again next year. Yeah, it's probably the only reason I have a job.
No, man, I've always enjoyed wrestling, and you know what? It's really funny because I feel like wrestling is so many guys' guilty shame, but society has told us that like you should outgrow it by the time you get to high school. And as an adult, I feel like we've all gotten back into it. It's just I got no shame, dude.
It's still real to me, damn it.
One of the greatest memes of all time.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but they have a Stone Cold biography coming out on A&E on Sunday at 8:00. I already got that thing recorded. Yeah, it looks fantastic. A&E's doing a bunch of stuff with WWE.
So
also, WWE, thank you for pairing up with Peacock. Greatly appreciate it.
So much.
Because now I can get EPL and WWE Network all in the same place. Got to watch WrestleMania. Beho, need your take on, did you get a chance to watch WrestleMania?
Yeah, so before you even go any further, this was the first pay-per-view that I watched since the network came out that didn't lag on me and me have to go out and come back in. Like, Peacock hit it right. My feed stayed live the entire time. It was perfect. So I didn't get to see much of day one, but I did see day two.
So day two, I need to know, what do you think about what happened with The Fiend?
Okay, so first and foremost, full disclosure here, I love Bray Wyatt. You know, second generation. I love him. I love the Fiend character. I think there's a place for it. I think everybody's over the whole Randy Orton Fiend shit. And it should have been over 6 months ago. But the WWE has poor writing, so they continue with it. And again, it appears to be over now, maybe. And I don't know what's going on. I mean, you know, I watched Monday, which did Raw not suck? I mean, Raw after Mania is supposed to be good. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And so it looks like Alexa may start doing her own thing now, which is fine with me. I don't know.
Man.
I don't know that they can figure it out with him, man.
The Fiend is the best thing that the WWE has done in probably a decade.
100%.
Pairing Alexa Bliss as Sister Abigail, glorious. Alexa Bliss, when her head exploded, was the weirdest arousal I've ever had in my entire life. But they've completely botched The Fiend. I can't believe it. I can't believe Vince did it. You broke The Fiend. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, just a reminder, everybody, we got 5 minutes to post till the second race goes on. Very fired up for this one. Beho, did you actually get a bet in on this one on Patty's
Oh,
board?
yeah, I fired all over the one on this one. I actually put so much money on it that I may cry if the one doesn't win. But, you know.
That's how you do it.
So I meant to put what sports bettors equivocate to 2 units on a place and 1 unit on the win because you were so fired up about it. I actually messed it up and I forgot to clear it out. So I actually now have 3 units on a place here on the number one.
You can go in and cancel it.
Oh, that's right.
Come on, man. I've taught you this.
Speed run it real quick, man.
That's right, Beho.
You're welcome.
I used what you told me right there. I put a unit on place and a unit on show for the 2, just because I felt like it. I feel like I'm learning live here.
I think you see XFL Jim. You seem like a guy that would like Too Short, and since he had a song called "Blow the Whistle," I thought your money would have gone on the 3.
I didn't want to go on the 3 2 times in a row. Was my thing there.
Oh, you're not a firm believer in that?
No, I have that. I did it once with roulette where I did nothing but bet black, and it won. And I feel like I used up all my luck there, so I can't. I don't do it anymore.
2 minutes till post, baby. Beho, good call. I actually got that in. He's sitting there at 5-1 right now. As long as he places, I'll be content. Stable dual purposes. I'm all over. Fed Fever, massive value for me at $500. Hoping that thing just kind of does all right. Get me a couple points here. I'll be fired up. Beho, you got a value play here for Stable Duel?
No, I only pick the winners, man. The value is in the 1 horse. It's 6-1. It's $5,000. This is what you want.
All right. Getting excited over there. XFL Jim, you are all over. The best candy, of course.
Yep. Of course, dude.
Actually, the odds just dropped down to 10-1 on it, so can't be the worst idea.
Dude, I'm pushing the money. I'm a big player.
Beho, you got anything on Jose Bobadilla here?
Jose what?
That's the whole reason that XFL Jim bet on this horse.
That was part of it, and also just the name of the horse itself.
You bet on it because of what?
I'm just seeing names. The Best Candy is the name of the horse. Got to go with that. Got to roll there. And then I don't know if it's the rider or what, or if it's the owner or anything. I just see a name that says Jose Babadia.
Oh, that's the trainer.
Trainer. There we go. That's all. I see that name. It's like this person knows horses.
Yeah, he's winning at a 3% clip. So,
in some respects, that's impressive.
Hey, it beats 0,
At
right?
least that's what the ladies tell me.
And we've taken a turn here.
By the way, my man Barry Spears just tweeted at me and said Stella is weak sauce. No, Barry, you're weak sauce.
Barry, that is absolutely absurd. Shame
And I
on
love
you.
Barry, and he's got great takes already. But I hope he's saying it's weak sauce that they're not sponsoring me, not that they're weak sauce.
They better be sponsoring soon. I'm trying to get a sponsor too. I drink one thing and one thing only.
What's that?
I drink Bud Light Seltzer.
I feel like we can work that out.
Quick question. Quick comment here for Barry. You are an uncultured swine if you do not like Stella. You need to get on that. Bud Light Seltzer. Hey, how was that new one over there?
I haven't tried it yet. I'm trying it this weekend for my taste test.
Hey.
There's a new one?
The lemonades. I haven't tried the lemonades yet.
I like lemonade. I like Tito's and lemonade in the summer. It's very refreshing.
After this, XFL Jim, I want you to tell Beho about your recipe that you told me about. But we are starting to load up right now in the stables.
I will. Will do.
Beho, how you feeling?
I feel great, man.
Feel great?
I feel great that I think in, a week and a couple days, I'm going to be standing live on the Penn National track. Watching.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
Going off at 7-1. Here we go.
7-1. I couldn't have asked for a better price. Get out clean.
What I end with 11-1.
Jesus
Or
Christ,
10.
Beho.
What are we bad?
Jesus Christ, Beho.
What do you mean, Jesus Christ? We're fine.
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, man. XFL Jim's horse just about killed ours. We're done.
Play dirty.
We're done, Leo. We're done.
Thanks for the heads up. But Fed Fever, here we go, baby. Sitting at 11-1. You're sitting in second. Come on, baby. Show me the heart of a champion.
I mean, and that's where horse racing just sucks because you can handicap everything. You can know what you're talking about. I mean, Gino used to work for TVG. Me and him are on the same horse, and the two comes out and smokes the rail and almost kills our horse. And it takes every chance we've got of winning this race out.
Come on.
So now I'm pulling for you two. So XFL Jim, you've got 2.
I've got 2.
And you've got the 4 in your stable. The 4's washed out really bad. What
do you mean washed out?
So do you see like the white stuff like on his shoulder on the front?
Uh-huh.
It's like a sign of nerves, man. He's just really hot.
Come on.
Typically not a good thing.
Come on, baby. I wish I had a newspaper or
Any
something to
chance
slap
of
against my leg.
See, there you go. That's what you need, Jim. I'm still trying to get Leo into that. Hey, you know what? The 1's not terribly out of this.
Go, go, go! Go, you miserable horse, go! Oh, no!
Whoa!
Oh. Absolutely.
Come on, 1! God damn, XFL Jim, I should kick you dead in your balls next time I see you. That is unacceptable. We lose the race by 2 lengths because he cost us 10 at the beginning.
What can I say? Best Candy plays dirty.
That is.
Oh my God, dirtiest player in the game, Ric Flair.
Dude, that was tough. That was tough, Beho. You suck. Oh,
What do
man.
I mean, I don't even know what to say right there. Like, it's one of those, like, it's horse racing. You just chalk it up and go to the next one.
Yep.
Man, I put multiple units on that, bro.
I don't know what you blame his horse. I can't.
I'm blaming you. You handicapped it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I was betting mine to place, and I probably would have hit.
Okay, so let me just tell you a little story. Something earlier, you were talking about you started recognizing names and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a website, and we can talk about this off the air. I can walk you through it, but it's called equibase.com, EQUIBASE.com. You can go on there, create a free account, and you can look up any horse that's running anywhere in America, okay? So let's say you like your Owen horse, right?
Uh-huh.
So you can just type in its name, click it. You can add it to a virtual stable, and it'll email you every time the horse works out, every time it enters, and every time it's going to run.
Wow.
So, and not to mention, since we do work for Stable Duel, if you go, let's see, what race is Owen in? Do you remember? Third. Leo's muted and can't figure it out. Owen's in the fourth race. So,
I've been coughing because I got that swine flu over there.
Okay, so you see Owen right here, his little thing.
Yep.
So if you hit those binoculars right there,
I see him.
If you have your notifications turns on, every time he enters, Owen, it'll send you an alert that Owen is entered and you should play it.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's a bunch of good news. That's very solid information right
Fucking
there.
awesome is what it is.
Oh, man. It's not on there anymore. So, for instance, let me show you a little something I had when I was playing. I got a notification that this horse, Grays Creek, is running at Keeneland tomorrow.
Huh.
So, just throwing that out there.
Craze Creek?
Grays Creek.
What time is that? What time is that starting up?
Well, Keeneland starts at 1:05 every day, Wednesday through Sunday.
Excellent.
I think it's tomorrow, it's in. Yeah, it's going to cost you $7,500 tomorrow. But yeah, like that was one thing I utilized as a player. Like I follow it. I've got an Equibase account, and I like to follow certain horses. Like if I see, for instance, this is a great time to utilize it. So we like the one horse. It went off at 7-1, which was odds better than what we even wanted. It got a terrible trip and killed every chance it had to win at the start, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't bank on that happening. So if you follow that horse, next time it enters, you may be getting even more value on it, and you'll know, oh, man, I remember that horse had a troubled trip last time. I'm going to play him today.
Huh.
I like
So
it.
that's what I use a lot of my follows in Equibase and on Stable Duel were horses that had troubled trips where a jockey had to check or it got bumped real bad at the start or it didn't break well. So that way in the future, I know like, hey, you can throw that last race out. I saw it. I know what happened. I like to do a lot of my handicapping watching replays.
Yep.
So like on a big day, like Derby Day or a big day at Keeneland, I won't even hardly look at this. I only look at that to watch replays and visualize and see, okay, so because this chart tells you a lot, but it doesn't tell you everything. And sometimes your eyeballs catch stuff that the chart doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of curious. While we're talking about horse racing, I'm kind of curious about your take on the Kentucky Derby. I equivocate the Kentucky Derby to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl for me and for I feel like a lot of NFL bettors is really like a bittersweet type of thing where everybody's coming out, everybody thinks that they're a professional, everybody's handicapping props and thinks they're a freaking genius and it's the only game they're going to bet on all year. But it's the last game of the year, so it's just kind of like sad and stuff. Do you guys feel the same about the Kentucky Derby? Do you guys get annoyed by the noobs that come out for the Kentucky Derby that think that they're brilliant or –
Well, no, because I don't necessarily think that everybody thinks they think they're brilliant, but, it's the biggest race of the year, I'd say. It's the one that everybody knows. Like, before you started gambling on horses, you knew the Kentucky Derby. You may not know the Breeders' Cup. Breeders' Cup's the biggest day of the year, and I think that's more of the Super Bowl thing, and I'll get back to that in a second. But the Derby, hey, look, man, we got – all the eyes in the world are on Louisville, Kentucky, the first Saturday in May. So we want it to go flawless. We don't want to see anything bad happen. We just want people to be interested in it. And you know what? If some, celebrity picks a horse because they like the name or they like the color, good for them. And they win a bunch of money, great. Now you're hooked, right? Now you're going to start funneling into the game. So, we just want to grow the game as much as possible. And that's one of our biggest spotlight events. Now, what you're saying about the Super Bowl, a lot of times I think the Super Bowl, and I don't know how you all feel, is probably one of the worst games to bet because you're getting essentially the two best teams. The spread's usually on point. It's so Breeders' Cup Day. Well, there's 2 days now. It's a Saturday, a Friday, and a Saturday. It's $1 million races all day long. And they award championships for the best sprinter, the best turf miler, the best turf distance horse, the Breeders' Cup Classic, all that. And you're getting literally the best of the best from the entire world come in to race that day. And even as many years as I've handicapped, you just can't handicap that card. It's impossible. It's the hardest day to win. I lose more money on that day than any day ever, and I still bet it every day. I'd be better off betting a Wednesday at Keeneland than I am the Breeders' Cup, even though the races are better.
Isn't that funny how that works, man?
That sounds like the Super Bowl to me.
Yeah, so, it's crazy. My dad and I sit every year and talk about it, and it's just this is crazy. Why do we continue to bet this? It's the worst day to bet ever, and we continue to throw money at it and continue to not hit anything.
That's how I feel about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, when it comes to the actual game, I feel like I just need to bet the underdog every year because it's kind of sort of what I do. But, this year I took a bath on the Super Bowl with Kansas City. It was an absolute mess.
Same here.
But XFL Jim,
too.
I need your recipe, bro. Share this recipe with the people watching and with Beho. Tell them all about it.
Okay, I'll give you the little preview. I won't dive into the full recipe here, but I'll give you my drink recipe because it's coming in the summer. It's a perfect drink to have at the tracks. It's the XFL Gym patented gin and tonic. So here's what you do. You get your shaker cup, you get your glass, you fill your shaker cup with ice, you fill that shaker cup with gin, the more expensive, the better gin. You want good quality gin. And then you throw a hot link in that shaker cup.
A what?
A hot link. It's like a spicy hot dog.
Well, that's what I thought you were talking about, but I want to make sure for everyone that didn't know what a hot link was.
A hot link. So you do that, you shake it up, and then you filter it, you pour it out into a glass filled with ice. You want this drink cold as fuck. And then you get that little hot link taste in with it, and you do a splash of tonic water.
Okay, can I ask you one thing?
Go ahead.
Could we maybe substitute the nasty hot dog for some Tabasco to spice it up?
You can add Tabasco to it, but the hot link is what makes it patented. You can add Tabasco to it afterwards, but the hot link is what makes it the XFL Gym patented G&T.
I've got a good buddy who lives in St. Louis. Shout out Paul, Fairmount Park, who loves gin and tonics, drinks them regularly. I don't know that I can talk him into putting the hot dog in it.
Well, it's just the hot dog isn't in the glass itself. It's in you're getting the essence,
the
flavor of the hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. It's also a hot link. You could do it with a hot dog. That's a diet version, I would guess.
I know what you're saying, the hot link. I'm saying hot dog because that's essentially what it is. It's a spicy hot dog.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
it's amazing.
I have a proposal for next week. Just the heartburn, dude. I got a feeling that'll cleanse your system real freaking quick.
You just you take a chug of it, and it's just it's delicious.
Yeah, it'll hit you real quick.
Hey, speaking of, while we're at it, Leo, fifth race. Remember, I was on the 2-horse Scoop the Cash. You and Gino were on another one. What horse were you on in the fifth?
In the fifth, we're on All Tacked Up.
Yeah, okay. So what's the side bet on that?
No. My side bet will come next week. This is my proposal. Next week for everybody, okay? Whoever we have on the show, whether it's going to be Gino, Bree, Blackjack, XFL Jim, Beho, whoever it is, we're all going to play Stable Duel, except Bree, she can't play Stable Duel, and Beho, you can't play Stable Duel. The side bet will be the losers have to drink an XFL gin and tonic live on air and have to sit there and suffer for the full 2 hours after you make it.
You know what? We may be able to talk Bree into a private game as a side, just for the side bet.
Yeah, just for the
So
gin
we
and
can
tonic.
play.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I mean, I'd be in. I'd be in.
If I'm
not
in,
afraid.
if I'm there, I'm down. If I'm the guy, it's easy.
But like, if XFL Jim loses, that's not a punishment. That's a gift.
All right, that's fair. We'll come up with something different for XFL Gym. But the only person that doesn't have to do it is the winner. Everybody else has to chug it the next Stable Duel Degen special night.
Why
That's
do you
what
have
I'm
to chug
proposing.
it? Why
I
can't
wouldn't-
you
I
just
wouldn't
do
Don't
do
it?
chug it, man. Just sip it nicely.
Yeah, I wouldn't make you chug it. That just get you straight fucked up.
Dude,
Oh my god!
no matter
We'll
how
just pour it
slowly you sip it, you're going to get fucked up.
Well, I did. Like, I chugged it. I made the video. It's on YouTube with the full recipe and everything. And I chugged it at the end. And
What
You
What
were
is your
fucked
YouTube name?
XFL Gym. It's the XFL Gym on fucking everything.
Speaking of XFL, Jim, when's the XFL coming back, man?
Well, we're
boy.
hoping for next year, but man, don't get me fucking started. I'm going to go on a huge tangent because there's a lot of news going on. There's theories that they're delaying. They're talking with the CFL, mergers, potential stuff like that. But I'm hoping for next year. Yeah, I heard that too, Leo.
Theo, what the fuck?
What?
What do you mean, what?
That might have been me. I don't know.
Oh. God
I don't think so. I don't know. I heard it.
What'd you hear?
It was like a
It
loud.
was like a whistle.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But don't get me fucking started on the XFL right now. I'm trying to save that for my stuff so I don't fucking bombard people because I could talk about it all day.
It's true. If you want his thoughts, go check out the Gymnasium, which you can find on Spotify.
Fuck yeah. You can find it everywhere. Anywhere that you can find podcasts.
Uh-oh. That's a good
Oh.
one.
And B-Ho's checking out again.
Fucking
Time
go.
for a refill on the Stella.
Dude,
I'm right here, man. Had to just get up.
Who are you going for on the third race, Leo?
Third race, we are on Pataz here. I have 2 wagers on them. I got 1 to win. I got 1 to place. I also have my Stable Duel lineup on this stud. So really pulling for it. How about you, man?
I'm going back to the 3. I'm going full in on Success Hurricane because I feel like that's how this year's been going for me.
You know what? That's who Gino liked.
I love it.
Damn it. Fed Fever got minus 11.5. God damn it. You suck bag. So on the fourth race, B-Ho, you were all over More Thunder, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, that's how people could definitely tell you're from the fucking Northeast when you use things like suckbag.
Suck bag. Nobody says that.
I love it though.
What are you talking about? Nobody says suck bag.
Nobody
Suck bag?
outside of the Northeast uses suckbag.
You know what's one I've heard that's apparently rare? Douche canoe.
That used to be way more popular or in my circle when I was like in college.
Okay, so people have heard it because I brought it up a couple times, and people that aren't from the Northeast are like, "What is a douche canoe?"
It's someone who's more of a douche than a regular douchebag.
Yeah, it's just like a step
Yeah,
up.
you're a whole canoe of douche.
Yeah. Thanks for the analysis, B-Ho. That's why we keep you. That's why we keep you around.
I
Why
tell
we're
you what,
here.
it was fun working with you guys. I'm sure I'm off the live streams for a while.
Yeah, where the hell is Bree? We're missing Bree.
I told you, man. Bree, she's got the snowboarders. Jim, did you hear this? We've got like X Games snowboarders here
Really?
working for Stable. Yeah, like
Fucking wild.
in fact, I'll look and see. Let's see what they're doing. But the host now, Jack Matrani, he is in town with Scotty Lago and Kevin Pierce. They were all ex-gamers, professional snowboarders. Scotty Lago, I think, was on the Olympic team. Kevin
Jesus.
Pierce was on his way. He was Shaun White's biggest rival, and he's the one that had that massive head injury in the accident right before the X Games. I'm sure you've seen a clip of it. ESPN does a story on him all the time. He was in a coma for like 6 months afterwards. It's awful. Yeah.
Good God.
So those guys are in town. They just got into the horse racing game. They love it. They got to meet the past 2 Triple Crown champions today, Justified, American Pharaoh. And they were. It was funny because they just you've never been around a horse in your whole life, and next thing you know, you're standing next to this massive beast who was a champion. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, "Oh my God, he's massive. Like this is not what I expected." And I'm like, "Well, in my mind, I'm like, well, what did you expect? He's a horse."
In all seriousness, when I was down in Keeneland, that was one of the first things that I noticed too, because it's kind of like NBA players where like that they're 7 feet tall, but you can't comprehend. Yeah. You don't realize how big 7 feet tall is until you're actually there and you're standing next to them and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so these guys are like big adrenaline junkies. Obviously, they were trying to get us to get a few horses for them to go out. They wanted to all get on and race each other with no riding experience. And it was just like, I was like, guys, this is the worst idea ever. Like, first off, these things travel, 30 plus miles an hour. Like, they're animals. They're not a snowmobile. They're not a motorcycle. Like, they can do whatever they want. And like the video. Did you get the video, by the way, Leo?
I did. I've already spread the word. Thank you for that, Beho.
So they can do whatever they want at any time, and you're off of them. And it ain't going to feel good hitting the ground at that kind of pace. So, thank God after today, I think they're like, you know what? We don't need to be on top of those things. It's like, yeah, you probably don't.
Probably a poor life choice right there.
Just go to a rodeo. Just go to like a backwoods rodeo somewhere, and then they'll let you do it.
I had a good friend
Just
who
gotta
used
sign
to
a
ride
waiver.
bulls. He used to ride bulls.
In bars?
Can you imagine that?
In
No,
bars?
like probably like rodeo bulls.
Like, yeah, in a rodeo. Like, he rode bulls. He was a bull rider.
That's nuts.
That
yeah,
sounds
and
like
like,
a terrible idea.
and like if you saw him, I mean, like Leo, I'm not the tallest of stature. The kid's no taller than I am. He's built about like me now. We're former baseball players who got fat drinking beer. It is what it is. But the dude used to ride bulls.
That's
like,
sick.
No. I mean, yeah, it's sick to watch. I don't want to ride one. Do you?
If I got paid to do it, you'd have to pay me some money to do it.
Yeah, a lot. Because, I mean, you've got a lot going for you, XFL Jim. Let's not mess that up, right?
I think it might even put me more on the map if I get fucking gored by a bull or something. I think that'd be pretty good for my image.
I honestly don't know how you're not on the map more, by the way. You are a very common discussion at the Stable Duel office. Every time you make an appearance, everyone loves you. They're like, when's XFL Jim coming? That dude is a live wire.
Dude, you are included in every email that I'm included, including the one from yesterday where it's just confirming that this was going to happen tonight. And then I get a ... for Bree. XFL Jim? ? Smiley face. Yeah, no problem. I'll give him a call right now. I'll be on for sure. Don't worry about me. XFL Jim, definitely coming on, though.
Dude, you got my number on speed dial. It's fine.
Hey, where do you live at again? Is it Iowa?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Yeah, same thing.
I had to go over the river to gamble. Legally. Quote unquote.
So, again, Kentucky's behind Alabama now, who just passed the sports gambling bill. We're sitting here. We still have to drive across the river into Indiana to do it. So
it's fucking stupid.
Or you go offshore.
I mean, that's what I do. But if I'm doing it, like if I want to be like, I love sitting in a casino. There's something about the feeling of like sitting in a casino and playing like roulette, and then sitting in like a book or something like that. There's something about that.
Totally overrated.
Oh
no,
I love it though. I love it.
No,
I love smelling that cigarette smoke. I fucking love walking in.
I'll sit at a craps table for 24 hours.
Oh yeah, I'll sit at a roulette table for 24 hours, dude.
Dude, when I asked you to go to the casino that night, you were out.
Leo, that was what time did you ask me to go to the casino?
8:00.
No, you did not.
In the morning?
And I had to work the next day.
So what? That means we.
First off, you passed out on the couch, dude. Like, let's not get into the story.
You guys tried to kill me. I'm still feeling the effects. I got this cold in Kentucky.
XFL Jim. I'm not. Let me tell you a little bit about what happens here. So, Leo comes in. We go out. I don't even remember exactly what all happened, but there was a point in the night where Blackjack and I looked at each other and we were like, he's about ready to pass out. We have to get him to where he's staying. So when he passes out, we don't have to carry him anywhere because he's a big guy. And I don't think the two of us could have carried him to where we were going. So we proceeded to get him back to where he was staying, at which point he passed out like 5 minutes later. So we did get that done.
Dude.
And I'm not mad at you. I mean, look, we
honestly,
go hard.
It was the Elmer that hit me. Like, I was perfectly fine until I took a sip of that, and I said, uh-oh, we're in trouble, folks.
That's what will do it.
That was a phenomenal weekend, though.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. I'm not a bourbon guy, even though I live here, and I know that's blasphemy here in Kentucky. But, like, I don't touch it. I can't because I'll end up passed out on the couch.
I was more upset about the pizza the next morning when you guys ate my pizza.
First off, stop saying that. I'm tired of being accused of eating people's pizza.
Y'all ate my damn pizza, dude. That's messed up. You assholes didn't even eat the pizza. You guys took 2 bites and leave the freaking pizza there to taunt me.
I can tell you right now that we left together and there was a full slice of pizza in that box.
Yeah, okay, man.
We're not going to talk about the roommate you had that night that you didn't even know lived there that came in after we had left that may have been the one that ate the pizza.
Speaking of which, if there was part of that pizza left, you could eat around the bites. Like,
First
I'm not
off,
gonna.
You could just eat it. You've already got COVID, you coughing ass over here.
You could I know from my work.
That.
I know from my work working in banquets, you could eat around bite marks. You could eat around the food.
Thank you. He was all bougie, like he couldn't eat it. But still, I did not eat your pizza, and Blackjack did not eat your pizza.
I enjoyed that piece of pizza greatly. I did cut it off right there because I was starving and I clearly needed something to sober up, and there weren't very many options. So quite frankly, I probably would have eaten over the bite mark too if need be.
Hey, well, you did rally well. I'm not going to lie. Proud of you.
Man, I told you. I was ready to go.
Are we not getting the Penn National race? Are they showing Indiana Downs instead?
No, man. I got Penn National up right now. We got Bettors at 5-1.
I know, but like PVG's showing Indiana Grand right now.
Come on, man. You gotta hop on. You gotta hop on Naira, bro.
What's my horse at 11-1 right now?
Hop on my trusty old Keeneland Select.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh, they're just going to the gate. They'll be on PVG.
So I got a win and a place here on the number 1. Beho, you got any actual wagers here?
Yeah. Win a place on the 1.
Win and place on the 1. Great. This worked out great the first time. XFL Jim, how about you?
Win and place on the 3.
I kind of hope XFL Jim hits it because you've already got the bug. I can't lose the bug, and XFL Jim needs the bug.
He's got the bug, man. He's a true degenerate. I mean,
I'm actually thinking about going to the tracks this Saturday.
Which one?
Grand Island.
What?
Grand Island, Nebraska.
What is that?
I think I wonder they have horse races there every once in a while.
Isn't Fauner Park in Nebraska?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, that's why I said Fauner Park.
I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear you.
Okay, yeah, Fauner runs. Yeah,
they're in the city. They're in is Grand Island.
Fauner, I'll tell you something about Fauner Park. Is funny. It's like when the pandemic hit and everybody was closing. Fauner Park was like the first track to actually start running again.
Yeah, they don't give a shit there.
Their handle went up. Like they went from getting like literally nobody betting there to getting millions of dollars in each race's pool because they were the only track.
They're going to be putting that to good use because I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures. That's where, since Nebraska legalized casinos and whatnot, only next to racetracks, that's where one of the biggest casinos in the state's going to go.
Is that where Chris Katulik is now? I think Chris Katulik, is that or Will Rogers? I can't remember. He's at one of those two. But yeah, Will Rogers and Fauner probably benefited off of COVID more than any other tracks.
I believe
folks, the third race is off at Penn National. We got the
calm down, Leo. Don't spoil it, man. They're still in the gate for me.
Oh man! All right, I'll sit here and suffer in silence.
I'll be zen. I'll be stoic.
Beho, is the number 1 a closer or a starter?
No, he should be fairly close.
No,
if he's not on the lead, he should be fairly close.
No, but is he a closer though?
No, man, he doesn't need to close. He's up front.
God damn it, Beho.
Oh, here we go.
Don't start with me, dude. You're a jinx. If this one does not win this race, you're a jinx. I told you, I'm afraid he's moving up a condition. It may be too much for him. God, come on, dude.
Oh, he'll be fine.
No, he's not fine.
You just gotta believe.
No, there's no look. When horses start going backwards, they usually don't come back forwards. But I'm gonna believe. Come on with this one.
Come on.
No, you ain't got nothing.
Nah,
this jockey's
he's
not even
pooped.
trying.
He's pooped. Oh shit! Nope. I'm not gonna believe fully yet.
Oh, now you're gonna hit him, you clown.
Jesus Christ. Beho, you suck. Beho sucks.
It's not been a good day, man.
You suck. Who let you? Who?
We just discussed this with the units. Sometimes you get those bad days.
Jesus Christ, Beho.
What, dude, you're freaking two?
I didn't even get any points on Stable Duel. Never mind win the actual bet.
Be better. I don't know.
I'll listen to you, you schmuck.
It's another
God damn it,
Northeast thing.
Beho. Oh, man.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so
Well-
we're finishing up. We got about 5 minutes left here, guys.
That's rough.
We want to – so are we still all over more Thunder here, or should we just not follow Beho at all?
I mean, don't follow me. Don't follow me at your own risk.
How confident are you in this horse, Beho?
Not.
Huh?
Not.
If you had one horse to bet on tonight, which horse is it going to be?
Scoop the cash, baby. Actually, I tell you what. If you can play a daily double starting in the 5th race, play a 2-1 straight daily double for as much as you want.
And you're
That
that
means-
confident in Scoop the Cash?
Scoop the cash and Seeking the Dream, the entry in the 6th race. That's what I'm playing.
All right, Beho, we're going to trust you.
I hope it works.
We are going to trust you here. We got about 5
I'll
minutes.
jump on that too. I'll trust you. I'm putting my faith in you.
Hey, as long as I have your faith, that's all that matters.
You shitting me?
Leo, I know you. I like XFL Jim. I need to meet this guy. I feel like he'd be a fun. I bet XFL Jim would love Keeneland.
XFL Jim would absolutely love Keeneland. You know what? We got to get another
bet.
showdown there. I think that we should get it done and have people. Oh, look who's showing up!
Oh,
Look who
This
showed
guy.
up right on time. Good morning,
All right,
sunshine.
that's about enough of this stream. First of all, I've had enough of this guy. There we go. Done.
We got the
He
music.
just got
oh, fuck.
1,000 times better. It's upside down, jabroni. You don't even know how to use it. All right, listen, we're done with him. Here's the bottom line with this, okay? Brian, you did a great job. XFL Jim, you're a work of art as a human being. Gino was spectacular. This guy stunk it up. But here's the reality, Brian, and you know this. Next Friday, not Wednesday, but Friday at Penn National is where the action is. We have our
XFL
queen of
Jim.
Central Pennsylvania hitting the racetrack for the first time, guilty with an excuse under our stewardship. She will be there running Friday the 23rd. We will be at the racetrack. We will be there. We'll be putting out a bunch of stuff. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. This horse is going to win by 1,000.
So you're telling me I should put my paycheck on it?
Yes,
But every dollar you've got in the bank on her.
you can triple your net worth at least.
I believe in it. I'm going. I'm gonna.
So that's next Friday night.
It's pay week this week. That's perfect. That's right before.
23rd.
That's right before my trip to Kansas City. I'm gonna fucking make all my money and then go blow it on barbecue.
I love it. All right, everybody, thank you for watching today. It's been an odd show, but a great one nonetheless. Stella Artois, what are you doing? Stop playing around.
Come on, Stella.
Leo, you stink. XFL Jim, you're great. Brian, you're great. I'll see you tomorrow. We're out.
See you, buddy.
Later.